Imagine opening your eyes for the very first time in a vibrant coral reef where colors shimmer like living rainbows and the water hums with hidden life. In this dazzling underwater world, a tiny creature begins its extraordinary journey, the clownfish. You open your eyes for the very first time inside a world painted with colors more vivid than any dream. Around you, corals rise like underwater forests, and beams of light descend through the shifting water, dancing across your body. You are a clownfish, tiny and fragile, yet perfectly adapted to the mysteries of this tropical reef. Your orange body marked with white stripes shines like a warning. You belong here, among the swaying tentacles of sea anemones that shelter you from harm. As you swim, you feel the pulse of the reef. It hums with life. Schools of fish flicker by in silver waves, and crustaceans scuttle between cracks in the coral. But unlike them, you live in a special alliance. The anemone that others fear with its venomous tentacles is your sanctuary. You alone have the protection of a mucus coat on your skin that allows you to nestle safely where no other fish dares. There are nearly 30 species like you, each one belonging to the amphiprion family, scattered across the warm waters of the Indo-Pacific. Though small in size, averaging just 8 to 12 centimeters, your role in this vast ecosystem is profound. You clean parasites from your host anemone, you chase away small intruders, and in return, you are shielded by one of the deadliest defenses in the ocean. And so your story begins. Not as a solitary wanderer, but as part of a fragile pact, an ancient dance between fish and flower-like predator, bound together by survival in the restless sea. Life in the reef is not random. It is structured, ordered, almost ceremonial. You live in a small group never far from your anemone. At the top of your society stands the dominant female, the largest and strongest of you all. Below her is the breeding male, and beneath him, the younger, smaller males who wait in silence for their chance to rise. Here lies one of nature's most extraordinary secrets. You were born male. All clownfish are. But when the female dies, the leading male undergoes a transformation, shifting into her role, her body, her destiny. In this hierarchy, nothing is wasted, nothing is left to chance. Survival depends on flexibility, and in this world, even your very identity is shaped by the demands of the reef. Your bright orange stripes are more than decoration. They are a message. They signal to predators that you are not an easy meal. To approach you is to risk the venomous embrace of the anemone you call home. Yet danger is never far. In the shadows, larger fish glide. Barracudas, lionfish, even small sharks, all of them waiting for a careless mistake. Still, you move with purpose, weaving through the protective tentacles of your anemone. This is not just your refuge, but also the stage where your social order plays out, a small kingdom beneath the waves where size, strength, and timing decide your fate. When the time for reproduction arrives, the reef itself seems to hold its breath. Often it is under the glow of the full moon, when the waters calm and the tides align. The female descends to a smooth surface of rock or coral near the base of the anemone and carefully lays her eggs, sometimes hundreds, sometimes close to 1,000 at once. Tiny golden orbs cling to the reef, alive with potential. Your role as the male is far from passive. Once the eggs are laid, the female withdraws, leaving you to guard the future of your kind. You hover constantly, fanning the eggs with your fins to oxygenate them, brushing away debris, removing the weak so that only the strongest survive. You do not rest, for you know predators lurk, eager to devour the vulnerable. For 6 to 10 days, you remain vigilant, your small body a shield against the dangers that circle in the night. And when the time comes, the eggs burst with life. The larvae drift upward, carried by currents into the open sea, beginning their own perilous journey. For days they will wander as part of the plankton, unseen and unprotected, until, if fate is kind, they find their way back to the safety of an anemone, where the cycle begins again. But survival is not only about reproduction. It is about finding food in a world full of competition. As a clownfish, you are an opportunistic feeder. You chase tiny crustaceans, snap up drifting zooplankton, and nibble on algae clinging to the reef. You clean parasites from your anemone and scavenge the scraps it leaves behind. Every bite is energy, every meal another day of life secured. Your diet makes you versatile, able to adapt when one food source is scarce. This balance is what has allowed your kind to thrive across so many reefs, from the Great Barrier Reef of Australia to the coastlines of Indonesia, the Philippines, and East Africa. You are both hunter and caretaker, feeding yourself while keeping your host clean and healthy. Yet, as rich as your world seems, it is fragile. Coral reefs are crumbling under the weight of climate change, warming seas and acidifying waters. Anemones bleach, losing the very colors that once gave life to your home. With each passing year, the shelter that protects you grows more uncertain. And here is where I turn to you, the viewer. If you want stories like this one to continue, if you want us to keep diving into the secret lives of nature's most extraordinary creatures, consider subscribing to this channel. It is your support that keeps this journey alive, just as the reef keeps the clownfish safe. Danger never leaves your side. Even with the protection of the anemone, predators test their luck. A lionfish drifts close, its spines like banners of war. An eel slithers from a crevice, jaws ready to snap. In the distance, the shadow of a small reef shark passes overhead, reminding you that in the ocean, size often decides survival. But your defense is clever. You dart deeper into the anemone's arms, where its venomous sting promises death to any intruder. For them, the risk is too high. For you, it is safety. This fragile pact has allowed your species to endure for millions of years, while countless others have vanished. Still, there are dangers you cannot escape. Human hands have reached even here, capturing clownfish for aquariums, sometimes stripping entire reefs of their populations. And when the coral itself dies, smothered by rising seas and human negligence, no anemone remains to protect you. You swim on, balancing between the ever-present threat of predators and the creeping shadow of extinction. Your bright colors, once a shield, now make you a target in a world increasingly shaped by forces beyond your control. Your world is one of boundaries. You rarely wander more than a few meters from your chosen anemone, for here lies everything you need: food, safety, and community. You defend your territory fiercely, driving away intruders, for this patch of reef is not just a home, it is survival itself. The reef around you is alive with diversity. Coral branches sway like forests, starfish crawl silently across rocks, and schools of parrotfish scrape at algae, filling the water with the crunch of their beaks. Yet your life remains bound to the pulse of your anemone, the center of your universe. Your lifespan, if the reef remains intact, stretches 6 to 10 years, sometimes more if fortune favors you. Long enough to witness the rise and fall of generations, to see young males grow, transform, and inherit the roles of those who came before. You are small, but your story is vast, woven into the history of oceans that stretch from the coasts of East Africa to the islands of Polynesia. You are not just a fish, you are a symbol of resilience, of interdependence, of the fragile yet enduring bonds that keep life thriving in the sea. From the lagoons of Papua New Guinea to the vast Great Barrier Reef of Australia, from the reefs of Sri Lanka to the islands of the Philippines, your kind has claimed a kingdom across the Indo-Pacific. But you will never swim the Caribbean nor the Atlantic. Your world belongs here to these warm tropical waters, carved by tides and guarded by coral. And so you swim, your stripes glowing like a beacon against the blue, a reminder that even the smallest creatures hold extraordinary secrets. In your story lies the essence of survival, symbiosis, adaptation, and community. You are proof that strength is not always measured in size, but in the bonds you form with those around you. The reef continues to hum, and you continue your dance among the tentacles. Life goes on, fragile yet resilient, painted in colors that dazzle even the eyes of those who only glimpse them from above. And now, I leave the question to you, dear viewer. Which animal should we explore next? Write it down in the comments. Your choice will guide the next journey into the hidden corners of our living planet. Which animal should we explore next? Leave your choice in the comments, give this video a like, and subscribe for more amazing wildlife facts.